There's one line in Boruto chapter 76 that tells us everything we need to know about the lies, trickery, and betrayal going down in Boruto Naruto Next Generations with Amado and the entire setup of Ada, Damon, and everything going on right now, because it's clear as day. If there was ever somebody that's filled with absolute and utter cap, if you're looking at a picture of Amado right now on the screen, that's the man that is the definition. And before we even get to that line that just kind of opens up a whole new avenue of what the hell is going on right now, we definitely need to start talking about some of that stuff between Boruto and Momoshiki and those visions, because Boruto 76 starts off with Boruto once again where the last chapter left off, confused as to what the heck was that vision I just seen that seemingly was showcasing a future of Mitsuki, Sarada, and Shikadai and a bunch of the crew going after Kawaki, and seemingly Kawaki did something really messed up potentially to Boruto, which, I mean, that was revealed last chapter, but again, you got to see Boruto's confusion, and it leads into his anger later on in the chapter. That is a big mistake, because Kawaki is just, yeah, he's ready to pack someone out. Although I definitely got to give props to that colored cover page yet again. Ada just looking great, and in general, they are driving it home that Ada is, if not the most, definitely one of the most important characters that have been introduced to Boruto thus far, because it's kind of like everything is in her playing field right now. The ball is in Ada's court, and she's basically just simping over Kawaki with the ball. And cutting into Naruto, Shikamaru, and Amado, yet again, Naruto is still trying to grasp all of this stuff, because it kind of seems very shady, very fishy, and mysterious to a certain degree, when Amado, you should just be keeping it real, right? You said you was going to tell us everything. So Naruto's breaking it down like, oh, okay, so you did all of this with Kawaki's karma in particular because you wanted to revive your daughter, and this was the only way. So Naruto's trying to staple down and again understand all of what has just been thrown at us with Amado's tale and his story about his daughter, so much so that even Shikamaru yet again presses Ada, well, what kind of girl was his daughter like? Is there a possibility she could be revived and become a big problem? And Ada says, nah, dog, she's alright. She just seemed like a normal girl to me. And I'm not even gonna lie, I definitely gotta say that if Amado is fishy, if Amado is lying and hiding something, then you 100% have to assume that Ada is lying and hiding for him as well, and essentially an op, because she can see anything, right? She could clearly see the past, the present, anything going on. She can clearly see what Amado's motives are truly. So if she's telling us that, no, it was a normal girl, everything's normal, everything's all hunky-dory, she's either hiding something or she's complicit in whatever Amado's plans are, because Amado's sus, and if Ada's vouching for him and she has this power to see everything and know everything, more than likely she's sus too and doing something scandalous, and maybe might even think that, hey, as long as I have Kawaki, we could get out the way, it'll be fine, not realizing, dog, this is, you know what I'm saying, this is a battle series at the end of the day. You can put all the romance and stuff like that. It's gonna get real, it's gonna get gory, and there won't be nowhere to run. Did you think there was somewhere to run when Kaguya and Madara was using the Moon Eye plan? There's nowhere to run, dog. Either that or she's just really confident in her little brother's capabilities of defending her. And then there was another line in there, not the line I was talking about in the beginning of this video, don't worry, we'll get to that, but there was a line by Amado that was like, because he says after Shikamaru asked Ada that question, hey now, did you think I was trying to topple the shinobi world? Why would that be your first thing? Why would that be your first response? Did you think I'm trying to topple the shinobi world? You probably are, dog. You probably are. Maybe something real devastating happened to him in the past with shinobi, and he in general wants to destroy the world of shinobi, and he realized that Ishiki wasn't going to be able to get it done, or there's still the whole from the future theory, yay. Because homie goes even further to say, dog, I'm not even a shinobi. I'm just a regular person. I'm a regular citizen. I mean, I know all about Otsutsuki and everything about you guys, and I know that that's Shikadai, Shikamaru's son. I know all of this, but I'm a regular citizen, guys. Nothing wrong here. You know, no cap. Homie was on some Walter White trying to convince Hank Schrader that he's not a criminal type of thing in this one, it felt like. And then there was the line that I was kind of teasing earlier, and we could jump into that now, from Shikamaru in this chapter. It was clear as day. Oh, okay, so we definitely are being lied to. This was self-awareness from the author's part, although I might even disagree in the self-awareness of the author, because Shikamaru says, this might sound weird, but to be honest, this reveal was quite anticlimactic to me. And he goes on to say, yeah, I understand that as a father you would do that, but it just felt anticlimactic, and I felt like that was honestly even the author, whether it be Kishimoto or whoever's penning the story. I feel like the author was saying that because that's how they felt about the big reveal about Amado. Granted, it was nice to finally get some type of story from Amado, but again, clearly there's some cap there, and that's why I gotta say that everything that we think we're seeing and that's going on is not what it seems to be, clearly. Because even when Naruto asked him, dog, then, you know, if your whole matter was personal and you just wanted to revive your daughter using this karma from Kawaki, why hide it from us? And his response is, well, what could you have done to help? Well, gee, I don't know. They could have done something to help. They're really strong. They could have, you know, offered resources, all sorts of different stuff. I mean, fam, he was like, it's none of your business. What could you have done to help me? And also, I guess you could throw the argument of what he says that, hey, Kawaki didn't want to go along with it anyway. Well, I mean, gee, if you wouldn't have kidnapped him, maybe it would have gone a different route. And then we also get a big character-defining moment, character development, and in general, showcasing this is something that's going to be integral to Kawaki's character all the way through, possibly even into that time skip, because Kawaki comes to an understanding and he decides to lay blame on the Otsutsuki for everything that has happened with him, with Karma, with Kara, everything. He decided, nah, it's really the Otsutsuki. They're the ones that implanted this on me at the end of the day. They're the root of it all, which, I mean, Amado really is the one, but, you know, whatever. I mean, I get it that the Otsutsuki, aka Jigen Ishiki, were integral in the whole design and whatnot, but it was really Amado. Amado was going to try and do anything and everything to bring his daughter back one way or another. And now that I think about it, why isn't anybody telling Amado, yo, dog, you want your daughter back? Boom, Edo Tensei, and we could get, I don't know, some really bad person and offer them to bring your daughter back. Like, that's a possibility as well. Why isn't nobody saying that? I mean, I know it's unnatural, and it took somebody like Orochimaru to go through with the entire ceremony to do the Edo Tensei that brought back the Kage, but yeah, I'm just saying that's a possibility. Why is nobody throwing that on the table? I mean, I get it, they don't want nobody to die and shit, but this dude is desperate, and if he would have known about that information, he would have gone through with his plans. In fact, isn't this dude like really, really smart and knows so many different things? He didn't know about how to bring back his daughter using the Orochimaru mask stuff, like, but you know about aliens from outer space, and you know about everything in Konoha. You know about Orochimaru being the father to Mitsuki. Come on! I feel like right there I just kicked major tail and telling you guys like, yeah, he's sus. And when Kawaki asked Amado, yo, you swear that when your daughter shows up, she's not gonna be even something worse than Otsutsuki? And I ain't gonna lie, it looked like Amado was really putting on a facade, a show and everything. He looked like he was about to break down. He's like, honestly, I don't know what could possibly happen from all of this. I just want my daughter back, and this is my final option. Fam! We literally got the Walter White of the Boruto Naruto universe here, huh? Then over breakfast, the slice of life series known as Boruto, the Daily Adventures. As they're eating breakfast, Boruto questions Ada, well, aren't I also Otsutsuki? Why ain't I some sort of option? And it's pretty much, she says, you too young. Little boy, move. Little boy, stop. To which Damon, being totally in character, just starts ragging on Boruto. I'm like, yo, I've been there, dog. I've been in them situations. The little bro that just won't stop with the crazy off-the-mouth stuff. It's no bueno. I bet there's at least one person watching this right now that is like, oh my god, dog. I remember I was at my girlfriend's house. Her little bro was putting me through the ringer. Yeah, Damon is totally that. And pretty much Ada has to confess that essentially she was offering up Boruto in order to get her hands on Kawaki. And I'm not even gonna lie, even as I'm reading this chapter, it's starting to make me question, like, does Ada really want Kawaki like that? Like, is there some sort of thing of maybe Amado decided to make a trade with her? Like, yo, don't worry about anything and everything. You can have him, but there's gonna be some bad to it. Like, I feel like there's even more under the surface. There's just so many secrets, goddammit. Reveal some shit. However, Ada feels like she can't get her feelings off properly and demands that, yo, bring some girls in here. I got no, you know what I'm saying? I can't do this. There's too many boys here. So, Sarada, Shikadai initially tries and Sumire to come over, and yeah, Shikadai has to head back home because now it's affecting him too. And this is where we're getting into really deep territory in terms of, okay, what is really going on here with her ability? Clearly, she has one of the most broken abilities in all of Naruto and Boruto, so why isn't it working on Sarada and Sumire? Initially, they thought it was a distance thing, they thought it was a looking in the eye thing, but I mean, they get to a point where they're sleeping with Ada, and yeah, they still don't feel nothing. They're not falling in love. Also, we get a really rare moment to jump into pairings that, you know, she brings up to Sarada. Well, do you feel like that about Boruto and stuff like that? And it just gets brushed off. Like, yeah, you know, when it comes to the MC romance, so to speak, they make sure to, yeah, that's gonna happen way down the road. We ain't even addressing that. You might get a little and that's all. But again, upon having this pillow talk with Ada, they discover a major factor that, again, they're not affected by her charm. Her ability isn't working on them. So it makes me flabbergasted, because we can't forget one thing, right? Despite the fact that the Boruto anime is a beast in and of itself. No, I'm not telling you to go watch it. I'm just saying, hey, the first arc of Boruto was mainly about Sumire and this conflict that she had with her family, and she was low-key doing some evil deeds and stuff like that. It makes me wonder if they're incorporating that into the canonical stuff somehow. Because, I mean, you clearly see the Boruto manga has made Sumire extremely important, which is crazy because she started off as an anime only character, and here we are. She possibly could be Ada from the past. I know people are still very much so not a fan of the future whole idea, but just follow me here. Because again, Sarada and Sumire, they even send word back to Shikamaru, yo, it's not working on us, you know, we're good or whatnot, which also creates a threat, because if she can't control them, they could at any given time, you know, Sarada hit that Chidori straight through Ada. But then why isn't this effect working on them when it works with Shikamaru? You could throw the argument, maybe it could be because their lineage. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Sumire was from a clan that had their own Kekkei Genkai. I could be off on that, but clearly Sarada is an Uchiha, Sharingan, all of that stuff. So it could be the lineage connections. It could be from the future, that one Sarada in the past was Ada's friend, and you know, you're not gonna fall in love with your friend. And then likewise with Sumire, could be either Sumire was also a friend of Ada's in the past, or she was Ada in the past, and this guy Amado is a relative, potentially the father that we saw for like a split second in the anime of Sumire, and could very well go that case, because again, what's so special about Sumire for her to not fall in love with Ada, other than it could be that friends don't fall in love, you know, that whole friendship thing that's protecting it. And at the same time, this chapter also gives a little bit of clarity into Ada seems like just a lonely girl. Like, she don't got no friends to talk to. She's really appreciative of Sarada and Sumire being there. And I like the way Sarada played it too. Shout outs to Sarada in this chapter, the way she played it. Like, I know I'll never be your number one, but maybe we can be friends, which I have no doubt in my mind Ada already caught it. Like, oh, you're not falling for my charm. Nobody's ever done that before. So there's a lot here. I feel like people understand so many layers of, okay, this person is planning something and I feel like doing this, but at the same time I want to do something else. We got a lot of complex matters going on amongst this whole simple slice of life setting, because maybe that's what's actually driving a chapter like this, because overall it was a pretty good chapter. I mean, we'll get to the ending in a second, but yeah, it feels like despite the atmosphere being very tame, it's like a volcano that's about to erupt at any second because all of the pieces are coming together. But then the end of the chapter really blows open, like, what's going on? Because Momoshiki is thinking to himself, I have it now, the identity of her charm's power. Speaking of, basically, he understands where that power is coming from, because again, he says the identity of her charm's power. It could be that this is some sort of technique that he's aware of, or it could be that that charm isn't coming from Ada at all. What if there's the possibility that it's some sort of device that Amado has on him, and this entire time it's not nobody falling in love, but Amado is tricking people into thinking it's her ability? And maybe that's what he was referring to regarding the identity of it. It could be, again, a power that he's finally like, oh, I know that power. Or it could be that Amado's playing games. And just as the chapter's getting ready to wrap up, things is moving smoothly. Kawaki's calming himself down best as he possibly can. Boruto has an absolute outbreak of screaming at himself, because the conversation with Momoshiki of, yo dog, tell me what you know. What do you mean? What's the identity of that charm power? What are you talking about? And instead of keeping it to himself, he starts shouting, hey Kawaki, come try and kill me again. I know you hate the Otsutsuki. Look what's happening here. Definitely a rookie move on Boruto's behalf. Like, fam, that was devastatingly bad. But fam, if you just look at those panels, look at Kawaki's face when he says you. Like, the minute he knows that Boruto's talking to Momoshiki, it's all downhill from there. And he calls out Momoshiki, telling him quit sulking around and come on out, dog. Which, again, this is the catalyst, and even more so, a lot of details to this is how Boruto and Kawaki become ops. This is what really happens. It might not even be that it's Boruto there. That might be Momoshiki in control. It might not be that that's Kawaki in control. That might be the soul or the mind of Amado's daughter. There's just too many things going on right now to really pinpoint it, but definitely there's a big lie at play, clear as day. When Shikamaru said that reveal was lackluster, it's because the author's playing at us. The author's about to throw the series on top of its head any chapter now, and I feel like I've been saying that for 100 million years, but it's getting spicier and spicier. It's just like the spice is coming out the bottle really slow. Curious what you guys think about this though. What's up with why is Sarada and Sumire not affected by Ada's ability? Again, what is Amado lying about? What is his whole deal? Do you feel like those lines of dialogue really spoke out that, yo, Amado's a big piece of shit liar? And your overall thoughts and expectations for the Boruto manga with chapter 77 and beyond. That's all I have for this one. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell to get more. Yeah!